Am I the bad guy for telling my husband's daughter to stop calling me mom? I, 42 female, met my husband, 44 male, 6 years ago. And we have been married for 2 years. He has a daughter, 7 female, from a previous marriage that didn't end well after his ex cheated on him. His daughter rarely ever sees her mom, as she constantly travels the world. I feel awful that his daughter hasn't had a good mother figure in her life. So I have been trying my best to take her out to do girly things, and bond with her since her mother isn't around to do so. She always would call me by my first name, but for the first time, when we were sitting at the table for dinner, she called me mom. And it just didn't feel right. It made me feel uncomfortable. I told her that, I'm sorry, but I'm not your mother. You can't call me that, sweetie, and she was shocked and started to tear up a bit. My husband and I were arguing all night, telling me that what I did was awful. He told me that she feels comfortable and close enough to me to call me mom, and I should feel special for her calling me mom. He doesn't want to see how I feel from my side. Her mother is still very much alive, and I don't want to disrespect her by taking her title as mom. It all feels very awkward, as I'm used to her calling me by my name. Life was moving so smoothly until she had to call me mom. So am I the bad guy for not wanting to be called mom? And now for the top comments. You are the bad guy for crushing a little girl in a vulnerable moment. She probably had to work up the courage to go through with it, fearing your rejection. And you made her worst fears come true. No bad guys here. I see both sides here. My recommendation is that she call her mother mom, and you two come up with a new name for her to call you. Maybe it's Mimi or Mama, or something similar. But she needs to call you something, and she wants you to be one of her parents. That's huge. And really special. And I hope you realize how uncommon it is with step relationships. Heck. You, she, and her dad can have a family meeting to decide your new name. Make it a celebration. Get dressed up and go out for dessert at a fancy restaurant and toast your new family. You are the bad guy. Kids can have more than one mom or dad. Especially those in blended families. And considering that her bio mother is a deadbeat, you're the closest thing to a mom that she has. That poor child. I can't tell if maybe your heart was in the right place or not, but you really messed up here. She's already been abandoned by one mom, and now she's getting rejected by another. You are the bad guy. For how you reacted right then. You could have composed yourself and had a talk with her later about it. Instead, you hurt her, and I doubt she will ever call you mom again. Also, if you didn't want to be mom, you shouldn't have been acting like one. Her bio mother is not her mom, she never sees her and is, instead, off globe-trotting. You are married to her dad and her stepmother. I know so many step-parents that would love to be called anything other than their first name, especially mom. Sheesh. What is wrong with you? And now for the next story. Am I the bad guy for calling my girlfriend selfish for not picking my kids up from school? I'm male 36, have been with my girlfriend, female 32, for 2 years. I have 2 boys, male 13 and male 9. From my previous relationship. Their mom is not in the picture. I work full-time, and my girlfriend used to stay home and take care of everything else. I still help out here and there. Yet she would complain about the kids causing constant messes, not receiving proper discipline, accidents, like breaking a vase, and the list goes on. She complained that she is more of a parent than I am, which's not true, since I provide an income. Yet she decided she wanted to go back to work and started looking. She found a potential job, and her interview was yesterday. I called her to remind her to pick the kids up from school, since she's responsible for it, but she said she was about to start her interview and told me to go get them. I was stunned. I told her I couldn't, because I was at work. She said I could take a break. But I refused because this would have affected my job. I asked if she'd take 10 minutes to quickly go pick them up. But she refused. We ended up getting into an argument, and me telling her she should have figured something out beforehand. She blew up, saying that I'm the parent, and that she was tired of being at my beck and call all the time. The kids ended up being picked up by my friend. 40 minutes later, which made them upset. At home, I got into a huge argument with my girlfriend, calling her selfish for doing this to the kids, and ditching them like that. She said that she had an important interview, and that I, as the parent, could have figured something out instead of expecting her to drop what she was doing and pick the kids up. She called me a bad guy, then went to stay with her mom. And now for the top comments. Quoting OP. She complained that she is more of a parent than I am, which is not true since I provide an income. Just based off of this. You are the bad guy. You are the bad guy. You're also deluded. Quote. She complained that she is more of a parent than I am, which is not true since I provide an income. End quote. Bringing in the money makes you a provider, not a parent. Quote. I work full-time, and my girlfriend used to stay home and take care of everything else. End quote. By your own words, it sounds like she's been very selfless and helpful. You are the bad guy. She had something going on that was important for her and her future, and they're your children. She's right. She's more of a parent than you, because providing an income isn't the same as actual parenting. You're basically letting her do a 24/7 job, to avoid taking responsibility yourself. Haha. You are the bad guy. 1. Your girlfriend is not their mother in any capacity because she, A, isn't married to you, and, B, hasn't adopted them. 2. Making money isn't parenting. It's just one of those pesky adult responsibilities. 3. Calling her selfish for the one time she decided to do something for herself. 4. When she called you out for lack of parenting, you responded by holding money over her. 5. When she decided to level the playing field financially, you sought to actively sabotage her. My brother in Christ, you've got so many red flags, I thought the Fire Nation had struck again. You are the bad guy. You knew she was going to her job interview. They are your children, so you should have made plans for your children to be picked up, not her. What? Did you expect her to skip her interview to pick them up? Are you crazy? Proving income doesn't make you a parent. It's being there and actually being responsible for them, instead of getting others to solve your issues. And now for the next story. Am I the bad guy for wanting to put our baby daughter in the basement? My wife, 40 female, daughter, 1 female, and I, 39 male, live in a 2-bedroom house. Currently our daughter sleeps in our room. My wife and I both work from home, and we each have some additional space for our home offices. My wife suggested turning my home office into a play space for our daughter. I suggested sectioning off part of our full basement as a bedroom for our daughter. Our basement is large, has windows, no issues with dampness/mold, etc. My wife thinks I'm the bad guy for putting our daughter in the basement. Am I the bad guy? Edit, sorry for the confusion. I didn't mean we should put our daughter in the basement now. I meant in the future, as an option for when she's no longer sleeping in our bedroom. Edit 2, the basement, and my office, are the same distance from our bedroom. They even have the same number of stairs. Edit 3, the basement is safe. Lots of exits at ground level, low radon levels, no mold or dampness, electric furnace, not gas or oil. If anything, it's safer than my office, which is upstairs. Edit 4, please stop assuming and ask for info. I would obviously never put my daughter in danger. I would finish the basement before I put her down there. And radon is a concern, which is why we had it tested, had mitigation installed, and continue to test. Holy crap, obviously I wouldn't put my daughter in a position where she would be exposed to unsafe levels is radon. Edit 5, our house has a weird layout. It's a large 2-bedroom, with 4 toilets, a main floor, with the master bedroom, a full basement, and a small upstairs with a studio, and guest bedroom. And now for the top comments. You are the bad guy. Put your office in the basement. I'd be very concerned about baby being on a different floor than your bedroom, or in a place in the house where she can't be heard, if something is wrong with your baby monitor. Keeping a lake view for yourself, and relegating your 1-year-old to the basement is bad parenting. You want to have your infant daughter sleep in the basement because of the lake view? You are the bad guy. Also, think about the practicalities of this. Do you really want to run into the basement every time she wakes up? Can't you and your wife share a home office? You are the bad guy. I wouldn't put a child that young in the basement. You risk not hearing them when they wake up, and not mention the safety concerns. Give up your view of the lake, and move your office. My personal decision was that I wanted my young child on the same floor as us at night. That seems a very young age to exile to a basement bedroom. Why can you not fashion your office out of basement space? I'll give you a soft, you are the bad guy, and a definite you're being selfish and need to start being a family member, instead of the Lone Ranger.